Hello, so our group will be doing a presentation on Zoom video communications, Flash, and the pandemic or enduring success. My group consists of Giovanna, Margarita, Joseph, Zuo, Bernice, and Asia. Hello, my name is Asia, and I will be doing the introduction regarding our case on Zoom. So, a little background. I'm pretty sure we all know what Zoom is since the pandemic. But just a little background on it. So Zoom is an online video conferencing app. You can use it on multiple electronics such as like your phone, your laptop, and so on. And Zoom Video Communications Inc. was based in San Jose, California, so it's not too far from where we're at. So it's in the Silicon Valley. So during the COVID pandemic outbreak, everyone migrated to online resources to meet with one or another to communicate to keep social distancing. So that was during Zoom, and we still do use this type of Zoom resource to have online classes as well. So our group is doing our presentation on this, and the problem identification that we came up with was a possible user decline with Zoom as the following: as we move past the pandemic era, everyone is going back to their normal in-person life. Like companies are bringing back their employees to go to their physical workplace. And we believe that Zoom will be majorly affected by this change since they heavily relied on social distancing networking through video conferencing. Many other companies have also caught up to Zoom's vision, and they have gained competition. This could be such as Google, Microsoft, Skype, and just here on, everyone is catching up to Zoom. They must also continue to upgrade their products to stay relevant. That could be also within their software to update it all the time, or it could be the type of tools that Zoom offers to keep gaining audience to continue to use Zoom.
I'm Ting. So before we going into deep detail about Zoom pastel analysis, we need to know what pastel analysis is. Pastel analysis is a strategy framework that is commonly used in business and marketing to analyze the external factor that can influence an organization or industry. It it examines various categories, including political, economic, social culture, technology, legal, and environment. By examining this factor, organization can have a deeper understanding of the external environment and identify potential opportunity and threat that could affect their operation and decision making. So first, it's about political. Um, that's an that's an international relation that can affect radio communication industry. For example, tension between the U.S. and the China. As we know, Zoom business was developed and operated in the US by a Chinese person, but some believe that the messages on Zoom are encrypted and decrypted through the server located in China. And also, the company has accepted the fact that it has one data compilation center in China, which violate the regulation and policy imposed by the US government on data privacy, cybersecurity, and encryption policy. Beside that, country like North Korea, Iran, Cuba has also a restriction on Zoom due to the regulation, which can impact Zoom to expand their business. Next, it's going to be about economy. During the pandemic, there was a significant increase in the employment rate, leading to tech company hiring a large number of employees who had the opportunity to work remotely. As a result, the usage of video communication increased. However, with people gradually returning to physical workplace these days, the demand for video communication is expected to decrease. And since Zoom is a public traded company, their market valuation can also affect its business, such as overall economic growth and interest rate. A good economic growth and low interest rate allow the video communication industry to raise capital by issuing new share or to enable them to fund research and develop their software or invest in new technology. While a bad economy, on the other hand, will make it more difficult for the radio communication industry to raise capital and also potentially limit its growth opportunity. Next is about social culture. As remote work culture become a trend this day, and more of the job duty can be done online, and also more of the people getting used to remote work, it increased the trend of remote work. Besides, as more younger generation demanding for working remotely due to the work-life balance and the technology advancement, it presents a significant growth opportunity for radio communication industry. However, there's always a bad side for everything. As people have to spend time working on Zoom, it limits our mobility and increase our screen time, and it costs employee paying less attention during video conference meetup. Besides, it also make people have a headache where they have to face the screen all day long, which can affect their eyesight and health. And next, with the advancements of technology, and also Zoom has been a pioneer in the video communication industry. Advancement in video communication technology can disrupt the market, leading to the video communication industry become competitive since there are other platforms like Google Meet, Skype, Team, Meeting, and other. Also, rapid technology change such as AI, video conference future, high video quality may also affect Zoom ability to keep up with the latest innovation and development. For example, big tech companies like Microsoft are catching up with Zoom by developing their own VR product. These advancements allow individuals to connect through their own server instead of relying on Zoom, and this poses a potential threat to the Zoom market and their competitive advantage. And next is about environment. There is a minimum to zero waste for Zoom, and however, big tech company can also promote environmental friendly practice. For example, with the advancements of video communication technology, people does not have to travel far distance to other places or country to have a meeting. Instead, Zoom can promote or video communication industry can promote environmental friendly practice, encourage virtual meeting to minimize carbon footprint. And last is about legal. Not only Zoom but all the business industry have to comply with the data privacy law to protect consumer personal data and privacy to try to avoid any legal issue. However, Zoom has Zoom have to be intellectual in property protection since they are not a secure platform, and it costs the platform to deal with legal issue. And hacker can easily gain access to private meeting, including the government and highly official meeting, which lead them to receive a lot of criticism. Therefore, Zoom should improve its data privacy security and work on the weaknesses and make the platform more secure.
For Porter's five force model, the first one is threat of new entrants. So that one would be relatively low to entry in terms of technology. However, building a brand and acquiring customers is a challenge for new entrants because established players already have a significant market share and brand recognition. New entrants would need to invest heavily in marketing and technology to gain a foothold in the industry. For the second one, bargaining power of suppliers. The suppliers in the video conferencing industry are the providers of network like software, infrastructure, and hardware components. The bargaining power of suppliers is relatively low because there are many suppliers and alternatives available. The video conferencing companies also have the ability to vertically integrate and develop their own components. For the third one, bargaining powers of buyers. That one in the video conferencing industry is moderate. Buyers have some power to negotiate price and contract terms because there are a number of video conferencing providers and alternative options available. However, the switching cost for customers can be high, especially for larger organizations that have integrated video conferencing in their operations. For the fourth one, the threat of substitute product of service. In the video conferencing industry, that one is relatively low, while traditional forms of communication, such as, for example, like email, phone calls, face-to-face meetings, can be used instead of video conferencing. They are not always practical or effective. Video conferencing provides a unique and valuable service that cannot always be replicated by other forms of communication. For the fifth one, competitive rivalry. So the competitive rivalry in the video conferencing industry is intense, with the number of established players such as Zoom, Microsoft Teams, dominating the market. These players are consistently innovating and improving their products to maintain and expand their market share. However, the industry is relatively young and there is still room for new players to enter and disrupt the market. For the conclusion, the video conferencing industry is competitive but profitable, with established players like Zoom and Microsoft Teams dominating the market. However, there is still room for new entrants due to the increased demand for virtual communication and remote work. The industry is expected to continue and grow and innovating, with potential for integration with other technologies like AI and virtual reality. In short, the video conferencing industry is currently good for profitability and has a promising future.
During the epidemic, technology companies grew rapidly. Taking this into account, Zoom is a web based company and available worldwide. With looking at Zoom with viral in the valuable aspect of it, it has a large customer base from businesses, enterprises, other companies, and of course, students. It provides high quality in sound and video, as well as special features and variety of pricing. It is a quick download and has a simplified interface, with Zoom being cost effective and has higher reliability on internet connection. It makes it a valuable company. As for Rare, it gives off a visual of natural conversation experience worldwide, and anyone can download it to have access to it. They have a platform on more of a mobile based ability compared to competitors had offered, and has over 8 software communication products for usage for customers. After Zoom came out, a lot of competitors came out trying to imitate them. Since Zoom did take their time to build itself, it did offer a lot of features companies didn't think of at the time, which did give its competitors an idea how to enhance or follow in Zoom's footsteps. Lastly, in being organized to capture the value was Zoom being able to respond rapidly and updating any issues to come and create different features to stay unique from its competitors. This gives Zoom a great advantage because it was able to create a relationship with many new users when it came out and was able to retain them as some competitors came out with their own version of it.
Zoom stakeholders consist of internal ones, which include stockholders, board members, and employees, and also externals, which consist of customers, and users. In analyzing Zoom's external shareholders, there's a significant amount of corporate social responsibility centered on the company due to the significant number of daily users utilizing the application worldwide. Due to this high number of stakeholders involved, both externally and internally, Zoom should be examined within all four components of the corporate social responsibility that includes economical, legal, ethical, and philanthropical responsibilities and issues within each area. An economic issue faced by Zoom is the possible risk of layoffs due to the increasing presence of AI technology in the company's future standing. Zoom has recently introduced an AI feature that will be based on assisting customers in making the application easier for them to use, such as helping them schedule meetings and summarizing points for them when away. While these features will benefit the user, there is another upcoming AI feature that can limit the number of employees, which is the introduction of the new Zoom virtual agent that can replace and significantly reduce customer service-based employees. Another economic issue to discuss is the reduction of employees due to the poor economic status of the company. Zoom has just recently in February announced that the decision to lay off 1,300 or 15% of their staff due to the lack of demand and revenue within the company. Moving on to legal issues, the legal issues include the continued security and privacy concerns that can lead to lawsuits and cause a negative view of the company towards users. Throughout the rise of Zoom, there has been concerns and uncertainties based on if the application is recording through a camera or microphone without an individual's permission. Zoom has also faced issues with the absent presence of moderating, or safety within Zoom rooms, which can cause or have caused unwanted individuals to join meetings and provoke or harass meeting attendees and their hosts. This issue previously mentioned has caused Zoom to face a lawsuit and result in $85 million lawsuit payout due to this negligence, which has not only caused a loss in revenue, but also the public opinion being that they are not trustful as they previously stated. I believe a solution for this is for Zoom to show its users what they are doing or what they will be doing to ensure their privacy is continually being protected. This can be done by the creation and promotion of a security team that is able to connect with users at any time to be responsive to all issues presented. Moving on to ethical issues. A recent notable ethical issue that affects external stockholders is the decision within the last year to incorporate more AI features such as facial tracking and the ability to summarize a meeting into the application, which has raised concern within privacy right groups as they believe it's an infringe on privacy of users and can raise bias, as some AI facial tracking can be and produce wrongfully produced due to disabilities or even stereotyping certain ethnicities. Another privacy issue deals with the ability of AI to summarize a meeting, which can infringe on the privacy of those, as the AI will have to listen and track the conversation to summarize for the users. A solution for this is for Zoom to work with these groups and privacy right groups and their AI developer together to ensure more accuracy can be implemented, or these features can be disabled for users who choose not to work with them. Lastly, a philosophical issue includes a lack of public knowledge of what Zoom is doing the community and recompensing for its environmental effects. Zoom, being a technology company, also relates and tracks back to the negative environmental issues that is produced by the users and the company alike. Zoom is faced with a huge carbon footprint based on the release of carbon dioxide that is produced from the video meetings and emitting it. While this is a huge concern for environmental conscious individuals and the general public alike, many are unaware of the efforts made by Zoom in order to recompensate that include donations to philanthropical related organizations that promote the importance of climate, social equality, and learning for lower income. Zoom should be more vocal about its contributions of donations and where the funds are going to in terms of campaigns, or even provide a button within the application itself for users to help and contribute and understand what Zoom is doing to reduce their carbon footprint. Solutions we believe will help address Zoom's issues consist of three of them. Going to the first one, solution one is the expansion into new markets. This approach will encourage Zoom to promote and advertise within other countries based on their needs and work demands. Even after the pandemic lockdown restrictions were lifted, several countries have continued to offer remote job opportunities that continue to increase. After the lifting of post lockdown restrictions, Spain, the United Kingdom, and Ireland have been seeing the biggest increase in remote job opportunities. This can be a potential solution as Zoom has the option to directly partner with remote companies based in those countries to ensure they are using Zoom's application only, while also heavily promoting the features application compared to their competitors to persuade them. Solution two is to improve weaknesses within the application brought forward by the users. This solution will reduce security and privacy issues within the company to ensure users can be provided assurance that there are little to no risk of their privacy being infringed on. The main weaknesses within Zoom involves the distrust among its users due to the impactful events that have changed the view on the application. This can be done by conducting monthly voluntarily surveys that center around how users feel their privacy is being protected on the application. This survey will help the security team develop features or double check any system errors that can potentially affect the privacy of users. These monthly surveys will also include questions about the new features being added and if there is a notable difference or they feel they can still be improved. This helps users feel heard and contribute towards their safety. Solution 3 focuses on developing and catering upcoming features to their targeted users of businesses, enterprises, and companies to make the application more accessible and useful. By Zoom creating options within the app catered towards businesses, it allows the host and other participants to use the app for more besides the virtual meeting room to eliminate any other application they have to use to communicate with others. These options can include the ability to contact others before and after the meeting and create group chats within the application. This allows users to notify members if they will be late or if they have any questions they would like to be answered during the meeting. This allows an increase in engagement on the app and more utilization of the app, while also reducing the number of applications used when setting up meetings and following up after meetings. By doing this, they will be able to support the organization that uses their services to provide them a more convenient and trouble-free experience.
Analyzing solutions. The first solution is expansion into new markets. The advantage of expansion is their growing channel partners with leading resellers, master agents, service providers, and ISVs. The second solution was improving the weakness within the application brought forward by the users themselves. Advantages of this would be that Zoom will show attention to the issues that occur, and more people will use Zoom regularly once the weakness in security and other issues are resolved. The third solution is focusing on developing and catering upcoming features. An advantage of this is that the people of Zoom will be making it more personable to users by adding cool new features that anyone can use. Now I'll be talking about the potential risks of these solutions. So for solution number one, expansion into new markets, the risk is that it's very intense competition from the Microsoft's team. Solution 2, improving weakness brought forward by the users. The risk of this is that people might not catch the issue at hand before it's too late. And then for solution number 3, focus on developing and catering upcoming features. The potential risk of this is that by adding all these new features, it can cause lag or connectivity issues. Lastly, we have the final recommendations. Security and privacy have got to be one of the most important aspects when it comes to online meetings and recordings. Security and privacy can be more protected by updating your privacy policy. This will allow you to disclose personal information. Enabling end-to-end encryption. This ensures that communication between all meeting participants is encrypted with cryptographic keys that only is known by the device of the participant. No third parties, including Zoom, has access to this meeting's private key. One last tactic for Zoom is to continue with the security plan progress reports. This will ensure that Zoom is tracking past issues that came up to see if they're improving in those settings. I believe that this is the best fit for future strategy because by implementing more progress reports, this will help Zoom stay on top of the issues that may pop up. And now for the implementation timeline. First have restructure, find security and privacy issues, and create goals to fix them. Next, we have discussion and feedback. It's important for Zoom employees to discuss and solve these issues. Receiving trustworthy feedback is key in a discussion. Next, we have taking action. We have to commit to the solutions that have been created. And lastly, the outcome. Whatever may occur, it's important to understand that Zoom must learn from past mistakes and strive to be the best that they can be in the future.